What's up, legends? Welcome back to our monthly Pokemon card investing video. Of course, it's becoming a little more bi-monthly lately. Sorry that we missed last month, but because of that, we've got a ton of pickups to show you this time to hopefully inform your decisions for what you may want to pick up for your collection or your investment portfolio. I am a collector at heart, but I do try to approach things from an investment mindset so I can collect in the most affordable way possible by finding those deals and finding undervalued cards that we can pick up. So if that interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button to come along the journey with me. But starting right off here, we have a fairly modern card, and this pile actually is going to be a pile that I will be getting graded. So these are kind of more flipping plays. Of course, with PSA shutting down, it does complicate things, but we may have to explore some other grading companies. But here we go. First one, we have the Meowth from Perfect Order. Now, I usually wouldn't pick up the hit cards this early after a release, but I feel like we're in a very different environment these days, and I also feel like these last two sets have been a little bit weaker, and so I don't personally anticipate them going up too much from here like we've seen for a lot of chase cards, but I also don't see them crashing too hard. So if we look at the Meowth right here on TCG Player, going for about 170-ish, and you can see that it's kind of on a pretty low for the last, I guess it's not the lowest it's been, but it kind of went back up and went down a little bit. So I don't know, I feel pretty confident about this pickup. Again, when you're churning and burning, it usually works things out in the long run, but I will say for the newest sets, those are the ones you have to be the most careful about. But I feel better about some of these more recent ones just because I feel like they're not quite as popular, but I think still being the chases, I think it's worth getting graded. So we found some clean copies even of the most recent one. The Mega Greninja is obviously from the most recent set, Chaos Rising, and you can see where it's at right now, about 280. I may have bought it a little bit higher than that, maybe 300, 290, something like that. But again, I personally feel like it's kind of leveling out here. So I feel a little bit better about picking this up, even though this set just came out. I just feel like this is not going to be one of those cards that's going to dip too much more from what it is, but I don't think it's going to go back up too much either. So we're going to grade that. We also got the Japanese version, which has been out for a longer, so I feel a little bit better about that one even than the English one. So we got some other stuff for the grading pile. I've graded this one a bunch of times. Sylveon VMAX. These trainer galleries tend to do pretty well. You got another one from Brilliant Stars as well, the Mimikyu VMAX. We got, yeah, this is also Trainer Gallery. Misty V, love this card, graded this a couple times. We'll see again. I think some of this stuff was hoping for PSA, but it didn't quite get it in the window for that. But maybe we'll send to CGC moving forward and go for the Pristine 10 play, because people do still buy those, and they often do better than PSA 10s if you can get the Pristine. We got the Charizard VMAX and a Charizard from Celebrations. This card is, you know, going up some because of the 30th anniversary naturally. So those are some cool pickups for the grading pile. And I guess one thing I'll note is that very few of these are long-term holds as far as just speculating, because I feel like in this environment it's better just to be flipping and churning that stuff because I don't know what the market's going to do. But I do continue to buy stuff. So these are some of those cards here that I just thought were cool. So I actually picked up a couple of these in a trade with my buddy the other day. This was probably the most notable one, the Gengar EX, but a couple illustration rares I needed, some vintage cards we threw in there. This is kind of a cool one. It's a secret rare Electabuzz. I'm not sure what set, but it's the basically one of the mid-air sets. Got a Chansey e-reader, Cleffa. Went to Card Party San Diego this last month. Didn't get too much, but I did get this cool little Lugia. Just a cheap little card, but I thought it would be pretty cool to pick up. Also, a huge Raichu fan. It's my second favorite Pokemon, and so had to at least get the break card. Like I actually like the break cards. I don't think they're as bad as people say. They kind of have like the almost like Topps Prism look a little bit to them, and yeah, I don't know. I think that one was a pretty cool one. But guys, I will say coming up, we have some pickups that I am super excited about. Some really cool collection pickups, some unique stuff that maybe you haven't even seen before. So we'll get into that in just a moment. But before we do, we also have some mail to open up from Whatnot. Whatnot is the app featuring live streamed auctions where you can bid on Pokemon cards and often get some pretty great deals. You can see this one is actually back from 2025 because I am crazy and I leave stuff in the packaging for way too long. But anyway, guys, if you decide to check out Whatnot, you can actually get $10 free just for signing up. So use my link below to take advantage of that. Oh, and look here, we actually have this actually was probably a giveaway. So I do actually win some giveaways on there sometimes. And I'm guessing that's what this is right here. So it looks like we got some actual Star Wars cards. I actually do collect a little bit of Star Wars. So I must have been just in a stream and caught this, so some interesting stuff there. But yeah, guys, you can actually win giveaways. You just have to click a button and follow the person. It's very easy, so that's very nice. And that's kind of a nice segue. Actually, we'll skip right to this, which is actually a Star Wars card that I did pick up this month. This one is actually really cool. It's a numbered card, so serialized out of 50. We got 7 out of 50 for a Dark Presence. And this one is from the Star Wars Galaxy 2021 set, one that I really enjoy. So we got a Luke Invader sort of card, and for the out of 50 cards, these have the Mojo Refractor. So it's got this little hollow foil pattern in the background. So this was a really cool one. The guy gave me a deal because he could tell that I was a collector and not just a dirty reseller of these. But yeah, so got this I think for about like $125 if I remember correctly. So anyway, guys, we will keep things rolling here to our Pokemon pickups. I've got a little bit of One Piece as well if you guys are into that, but we'll do that later in the video. Alright, so I did not yet have the CD promo Venusaur, and so I actually had been looking for a couple copies of this, and I actually found this at my card shop the other day. And man, this is a really cool one. This is a really nice one. It actually has some like hollow bleed. Got some little half swirls kind of going on the edges there. You can even kind of see a swirl in the non-foil portion because of the hollow bleed. I don't know if that's catching on the camera, but really nice one. I will be grading this with BGS to hopefully match my CD promo Charizard that we got in a 9. So cool pickup there. This is a card that I did not know exists, but when I saw it, I'm like, this is awesome. I have to have this. We have the Blastoise from Heart Gold, Soul Silver Unleashed. So it's got the stamp, the pre-release stamp, I'm pretty sure, and it has the Cosmos pattern. I know I've seen this art with, I think, like a Cracked Ice one. There's probably a couple different versions of it, but I had never seen this before. So I'm a huge Blastoise fan. It's definitely a top 5 favorite Pokemon for me. Kind of a light play copy, but really solid, I think, for such a unique item. So thought that was pretty cool. All right, we'll grab another little stack here. Did pick up a couple illustration rares that I kind of needed for my collection that I just like the arts on. Some of the, Kanto and Johto Pokemon. Of course, not sure what Pokemon this is, just an empty street. We got the Persian. I actually really like this card. I've been meaning to pick it up for a while. It dipped down, I think, to like 40 or 45 bucks. I should have got it then, but now it's back up again. But love this one. Probably one of, yeah, it's definitely the best card in my opinion from Shrouded Fable. And then we actually have one of the full arts that I still needed for my 151 master set. Picked that up at a card show. But yeah, and while I was there, I also found my buddy and he hooked me up with this card. One of the few cards I still need for my 25th anniversary Japanese master set. So I'm doing that alongside of Celebrations. Celebrations is complete, but the Japanese one is not. So it's very hard to find these at just a random card show or card shop. So had to get this one since he had it. Right here, we actually picked up some vintage vending series cards. I love these a lot. Been meaning to kind of like focus more on this for a long time. Eventually I was saying I want to do a master set, but man, these have started to climb and gone up in value, which I'm a little sad about. I thought I had more time. I mean, that's just the story for most stuff that I've been wanting to collect, is I thought I had more time to get them. But anyway, found a couple of these in some pretty good condition. We got the Horsey. He just has some very unique arts We got a Nishida, Nidoran female, or Nidorina. Yeah, Nidorina. The Kangaskhan, very nice. I definitely don't have enough Kangaskhan in my binder, so those the illustration rare and this one will be a nice little addition to that. Oh, and this, oh man, this is one of the cards I'm most excited about today. This one you almost never see. This is a cracked ice card of Flareon, and this is actually a Fukuda artwork. If you don't know, Fukuda is the illustrator of all the Gold Stars, and honestly, I like this artwork even better than the Flareon Gold Star, but this cracked ice one is not easy to find, and it's basically a promo, and I'm not sure what it comes in, but I've just kept my eye out for this one for a long time. I finally found a pretty clean copy, probably the cleanest one I've seen, because most of them are beat out there that you see on eBay. So, and you never see this like just at a card show randomly. So very excited to finally lock this one down. I don't know, maybe I'll get it graded because I'm a huge Flareon fan. That's also like a top 5, top 10 Pokemon for me. I don't know, maybe it could do okay. We'll see. I'm also content just to keep this in my binder though. Just a great card. All right, we found a Rockets Hitmonchan with a nice swirl for my Gym Heroes. Yes, Gym Heroes Master Set. That one is a set that I'm slowly kind of adding to over time. Haven't made a ton of progress yet, unfortunately. I need to probably kind of get on that, but pick that up at a card show, as well as another set of vending cards. Funny story with this, the lady who was selling this, I actually recognized her as one of the Target vendors of Pokemon from several years ago. She hasn't done it for many years, but I did remember her. I'm like, aren't you that lady? And she said yes. So she had some really cool cards, some nice vintage cards, randomly some nice kind of a light play-ish Mewtwo vending series cards. I couldn't figure out which one I liked better, so I just got both of them. But moving right along, we do have some slabs that we'll check out. I guess we'll also talk about the one sealed product that I picked up recently. I don't think I picked up anything else, but I do try and pick up at least one booster box of every set if I can get it for a good price. And so we got the Chaos Rising booster box here. That will go in the sealed collection. That is probably the closest thing to an investment that I actually keep. It's one of those things that I don't really care much for just like displaying them art wise, but I do feel like they're going to do well long term. So as long as you can get modern booster boxes for around MSRP, like these days, they're going to do pretty well. That hasn't always been the case. Like we've seen sets go below $100, but I don't know. It seems like they're not really printing booster boxes, or at least reprinting booster boxes anymore. So I don't know. I feel like if you can get those on release for a decent price, they're most likely going to appreciate over time, just based on sheer supply. I think we've seen a lot more ETBs reprinted and more collection boxes is what they seem to be pushing these days, both with LGSs, but I think it's probably because they're doing a much bigger push for retail, and they basically have to fill up retail space on the shelves, so that's why they make these big products that have like 4 packs inside for these. Anyway, so hey, I still believe in booster boxes, and we'll continue to pick them up as they come out if I can actually get good deals on them. And one last thought on booster boxes: if you have not picked up one for MSRP, obviously if you can get it for MSRP or lower than that, then you're doing well generally initially. Now, if you can't, if you have to get it at market price, just looking at the price here, you know, this came out a couple weeks ago. Looks like it came out of the gate around like $260, $270, and it slowly declined to $230. Not a huge decline, honestly. Not as much as I would have expected for a maybe not so popular set, but again, because of the sheer supply of booster boxes and how hard they are to get, I think they're maintaining a lot better. But what I would say is, now that we are like 2 or 3 weeks separated from the release of Chaos Rising, or maybe we're 4 weeks now, I'm not sure, now is probably like the best time to pick it up for that price. If you as long as we don't expect any reprints, that's always going to be the kink that could mess things up. If we do get booster box reprints, then that will cause the price to go down. But like I said, I just don't see that happening. That doesn't seem to be the trend of Pokemon these days. So now may be a good time to pick up your booster box if you feel like this is a good long-term hold for you. All right, but moving on to our slabs here. Let's see what we have. We have, oh, a big one right here. I mean, I just found a good deal on this. Sometimes you can get deals on non-PSA cards, especially if you get them like for a 9 or an 8.5, and so just had to pick this up because I really believe in this card. I've said this in the past. I feel like the Bubble Mew is like the iconic kind of card of the era for Scarlet and Violet. It's like the Scarlet and Violet version of a Moonbryon. Obviously we have a Moonbryon 2.0, but I feel like this card, as far as demand and popularity, is going to surpass even the Sunbryon. I don't like calling it that, but I think that this is the card of the era personally. But time will tell. Pick that up, and that will probably be a flip, just because we got it at a good price. But if I hold on to it, I think it'll also do well as well. All right, next up we got another one of those cards that will be probably cracked and sold either as a raw card, or I don't know, some of these cards I'm just like, I feel like these could be a PSA 10. It may actually be worth it to spend the extra $80 for some of higher end cards like this that again are pretty popular cards from the era. This is definitely a top 5 chase of Scarlet and Violet, but I don't know if it's going to be quite as iconic as the Bubble Mew personally. All right, but we do have some Beckett pickups here, and I actually picked this one up before I had picked up the card I showed you earlier. We have another CD promo in a Beckett 9 because I found a pretty decent deal on this. I knew I wanted this, and as you can see, it actually has the new Beckett labels. Kind of cool, actually. These are growing on me. I actually think they made a good choice with their design of that. But yeah, we at least secured this in a 9 in case we can't get it. But to be honest, I kind of like this version a little bit better. It's got the swirl, it's got the hollow bleed, so we'll probably still grade this and see if we can get at least a 9. And I think last but not least for our Pokemon today, again, just found a good deal on this at auction. This is one that is one of my favorite Pokemon. We have the Espeon EX from Terrestrial Festival. That's right, the Japanese version. I've decided I'm giving up on trying to collect all these hit cards for English in a Beckett 10, but I feel like I could at least get some of them in Japanese because the print quality is a little better, and honestly the texture is always better. Like check that out. So pretty nice card right there. But we're not done yet. For those of you who are into One Piece, we do have a couple One Piece pickups, and we have one more pickup after that at the end here that's in a different category. But I think first 2 here, found these in really good condition. These are kind of more or less the rookie promo for Luffy. It's the first Luffy promo that we've seen for the new One Piece TCG. You can even see it's 01 down there, and these ones are the original because you can see that it's actually somewhat of an error. They included like a period in this for later versions, so thought that these were cool. We'll probably keep one of these for the personal collection and may get them graded as well. And then this one we actually have a bunch of copies of. So this is the for the One Piece Netflix series. We have Zoro, played by, I think it's Makinu is maybe his name. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that poorly, but anyway, he's doing a signing with PSA coming up here, and I'm really close to the deadline, but I'm actually going to send these off to get these signed by him. So we found these at for a pretty good price, at least relative to market price. These have all gone up since they've announced the signing. So I actually had that thought once I saw the announcement. I'm like, oh man, these cards are going to go up. I should probably go buy some. And I was too late. That had already happened. People had already been buying these up on TCG Player. So, but fortunately found these for a steal actually. And then I even got a 10 for around market price, maybe a little bit more than market price, but I thought that this was a pretty clean one that we may crack, and we may get that one signed as well. So just a little play there. We'll see how we do. It'll be interesting to see how quickly we get back our authentic, because they will basically encapsulate these with PSA after they authenticate it. I guess he's probably going to come to PSA and do it there, and they authenticate it that way is my assumption. So my question is, with the backlog, are we going to get those back pretty quickly, or is it going to take like 6 to 9 months to get those back? I hope not. That would kind of suck. But anyway, figured I would take advantage of that while I can, because as some of you know, I am a Zoro collector, so kind of have to do it. All right, we got one more pickup that I'm going to show you here today. So I've been picking these up a little bit at a time to get graded. So these are different magazines. We got the Time magazines for Pokemon and the Life magazines. I've graded the Time ones before, and they've done pretty well. And I've been starting to see these on shelves again. They reprint these a couple times, and so when I see them, I do try and pick some up if I can find them in good condition. The Life ones I've never graded, but I figured they look pretty cool. I especially like the Blastoise, so I may end up keeping one of those for myself as well. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about these pickups in the comments below. Do you think any of these were bad pickups? You could let me know that as well. And are any of these ones that you intend to pick up this upcoming month? Again, I'd love to hear that. Hit that like button, subscribe below, and check out one of our previous investing videos here on screen next. I'll catch you guys next time.